Hello grade 10. So for today I'm going to show you the way of getting the maximum number of positive and negative real roots using the Descartes rules of sign. Okay, so under the Descartes rules of sign, meron tayong dalawang rules. So the first one is the rule for the number of positive real roots. Always remember para malaman natin kung ilan positive real roots ba yung meron tayo given the polynomial, that is just the number of sign changes of p of x. So we are just going to count kung ilang beses nag-change ng sign from positive to negative or negative to positive. Then, the second rule is the number of negative real roots. So, we're going to count the number of sign changes of p of negative x. So, meaning, on our given polynomial p of x, we are going to change all our x as negative x. Then, we are going to simplify, then count the number of sign changes. So, let me give you an example. Alright, so the first example, 10x cubed minus 17x squared minus 7x plus 2. So that is our p of x. So sabi natin, to determine the number of positive real roots, we are just going to count the number of sign changes on our p of x. So bilangin lang natin from positive to negative, that is counted as 1. From negative to negative, since wala namang sign na nangyari or changes of sign na nangyari, therefore, di natin siya i-count. Next, negative to positive, that is also counted as 1. Therefore, the number of positive real roots here is 1, 2. So, you have total of 2 or 0. So, you can have a 0 positive real roots. So, ibig sabihin lang that the maximum number na meron tayong positive real roots is 2. Alright? Now, to determine the number of negative real roots, we are just going to have a p of negative x. So, lahat ng x natin dito, papalitan natin ng negative x. So, it will become 10 times negative x raised to 3 minus 17 times negative x raised to 2 minus 7 times negative x plus 2. Then after that, you are going to simplify. Negative x cubed, negative x raised to 3 is equal to negative x cubed. You multiply it by 10, that is equal to negative 10x cubed. Next, negative x squared, that is positive x squared, times negative 17, you have negative 17x squared. Negative 7 times negative x is positive 7x plus 2. Then, the same process, after you simplify, you are going to count the number of sign changes on our p of negative x. So, negative to negative, walang changes, so hindi natin siya i-count. Negative to positive, that is 1. Positive to positive, walang changes, therefore, it will not be counted. Therefore, the number of negative real roots is equal to 1 or 0. Now, the number of positive real roots is equal to 2 and 0, and the number of negative real roots is 1 or 0. Okay? So, this Descartes rules of sign will help us to easily get all the solutions of our p of x or lahat ng value ng x natin without spending too much time on rational root theorem or determining or solving polynomial equation by rational root theorem. So, i-connect natin yung rational root theorem dito. So, given the p of x is equal to 10x cubed minus 17x squared minus 7x plus 2. So, let's determine, let's apply using the rational root theorem. Let's determine first our p. Our p is all the factors of your constant. So, our p here is positive and negative 1 and positive and negative 2. Next, our Q is all the factors of your leading coefficient, which is 10. So that is positive and negative 1, positive and negative 2, positive and negative 5, and positive and negative 10. Then, list down all your possible rational roots. So that is positive and negative 1, positive and negative 1 half, positive and negative 1 over 5, positive and negative meron 2, pero positive and negative 1 over 10. Then, positive and negative 2. Positive and negative 2 over 2 is the same as 1. So, di na natin siya isasulat. Positive and negative 2 over 5. And positive and negative 2 over 10 is the same as positive and negative 1 over 5. So, di na rin natin siya isusulat. Okay. Then, from that, you can now solve using the synthetic division. Diba after you list down all the possible rational roots, you are going to use the synthetic division. So since dalawa dito sa ating roots are positive real roots, so unahin natin yung mga positive. So let's begin with positive 1. So we have, sulat lang natin mga coefficient, 10, negative 17, negative 7, and 2. So, bring down 10. 10 times 1 is 10. Negative 7 plus 10 is negative 7. Times 1 is negative 7. And negative 7 plus negative 7 is negative 14. Times 1 is negative 14. Plus 2 is negative 12. Since hindi nag-0 yung ating remainder dito, therefore, 1 is not a root of our p of x. So, palitan natin yung 1 natin. So, let's change it for 2. Unahin natin yung mga whole number para mas madaling gawa ng synthetic division. So, C2. Bring down 10. 10 times 2 is 20. Negative 17 plus 20 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. Negative 7 plus 6 is negative 1. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. And 2 plus negative 2 is 0. Therefore, 2 is a root of our p of x. So, may isa na tayong positive. So, isang positive and isang negative na lang yung hinahanap natin. Now, we can now factor this 10, 3, and negative 1 as our depressed polynomial. So, that will become 10x squared plus 3x minus 1. Again, this is our depressed polynomial. Okay. So, using the x method, we can factor this one. So, we have here AC, B over A over A. AC, you multiply your A and C, that is negative 10. And your B is 3, and you have both sides of 10. Now, you have to think of a two number na ang product nila is negative 10, then ang sum nila is 3. Okay, very good. That is negative 5 times 2. Then you simplify. Negative 5 times negative 5 over 10 is negative 1 half. While si 2 over 10 is 1 over 5. And by that, we can rewrite this as our factored form. So that is 2x minus 1 times 5x plus 1. And from here, we can get our factor, our roots. So 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. And 5x plus 1 is equal to 0. But actually, this one is already the root of our p of x. But let's just no, hindi pala. This is just the written factored form pala, sorry. So, 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. So, 2x transpose negative 1 to other side, that is equal to 1. Therefore, x is equal to 1 half. You divide both sides by 2. Okay? Next, the other one is 5x plus 1. So, you have here 5x transpose 1 to other side. You have 5x is equal to negative 1. Divide both sides by 5. X is equal to negative 1 over 5. So, therefore, the roots or the solutions of our p of x are positive 2, positive 1/2 and negative 1/5. So, si 2, siya yung isang positive, si 2 and 1/2, that is your positive roots. Then, si negative 1/2, that is your negative root of our p of x. So, since ang degree ng ating p of x dito is 3, dapat 3 din yung mahanap natin na roots. So, dapat, pag pinag-add natin yung positive real roots and negative real roots, that is equal to the degree, which is 3. So, 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. Okay? So, I hope you learn how to determine the number of positive and negative real roots and connect it with the rational root theorem. So let me give you one more example in determining the number of positive and negative real roots. Okay, so let's have this one. 5x raised to 4 Alright. 5x raised to 4 minus 42x squared plus 9. So, let's determine the number of positive real roots. Okay, so let's just count the number of sign changes. So, positive to negative, that is 1. Negative to positive, that is also 1. Therefore, we have a total of 2 positive real roots. Next, sa negative real roots, that is p of negative x. So, lahat lang ng x natin, papalitan natin ng negative x. So, that is 5 times negative x raised to 4 minus 42 times negative x raised to 2 plus 9. So, negative x raised to 4. So, negative x, 4 na beses, that is x raised to 4 times 5, that is 5x raised to 4. And negative x raised to 2 is positive x squared times negative 42 is negative 42x squared plus 9. So, as you notice, same lang yung kanilang equation. So, meaning, the number of sign changes here is also 2. So, we have the number of negative real roots is equal to 2 or 0. So, that is 2 or 0. Okay, so with that, I hope you now mastered in determining the number of positive real roots and the number of negative real roots. Ang pinaka takeaway nyo lang dito, tandaan nyo, kapag negative yung base, then even yung exponent, the result is positive. Kapag negative yung base, add yung exponent, the result is negative. Para hindi kayo mahirapan mag-simplify ng mga katulad nito. Nakuha? Okay, thank you for finishing and watching this video.